I'm an old man, and this is my story. I came from Cyrodiil in search of adventure. Being part of one of the only Nord clans residing in Imperial City, I wanted to go visit my true homeland more than anything else. I bid farewell to my kin as I set course to the north. I couldn't remember my childhood properly. However, I did recall an incident where I shouted in rage and everything around me flew into the horizon. The elders named me a Dunmer, a derogatory term meaning dark elf, at least derogatory for us Nords. I, however, was not ashamed of my ability. I was in fact curious. I spent the rest of my years controlling my newfound power, until I discovered an ancient scrap of paper which was given to me by a priest of Akatosh, claiming it to be my property. My only possession other than my rags and foot wraps was the paper, and I was intrigued by the text on it. It appeared to be written in some kind of foreign language, and I was determined to find out what it meant. I had a hunch that it was somehow related to my shouting talent. My attempts to find out the scripture's meaning led me to the northern terrain of Tamriel. I had just moments ago crossed the border to Skyrim, when I spotted a cluster of Imperials dragging a few Nords to some carts. I assumed it was a racial conflict, but I hurried over to ask them directions to the nearest settlement. The supposed leader looked at me with bloodthirsty eyes, and the next thing I knew, I was sprinting into the forest while trying to outrun them.
Hey, you. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric? The Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they've captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Dibella, Kinnereth, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Thalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this. This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny, when I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Whoa. Yes, Papa.
Get these prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line. Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait! We're not rebels!
Face your death with some courage, thief.
You've got to tell them we weren't with you! This is a mistake!
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
No! I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the 8 divines upon
For
you.
the love of Talos, shut up
Soul,
and let's get this
earth,
over.
Learn our as you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the cat!
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner!
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
It's in the clouds!
I stopped to rest for a while after the dragon attack. I didn't know what to do afterwards, so I just followed a path, which eventually took me to a village called Riverwood. I stopped there to buy some provisions. It was fairly easy, because the shopkeeper was a bit dim-witted.
See anything you like? They say that syndicates of wizards have led a boycott of imperial goods in the land.
No, don't worry about it. I'll pick all this stuff up.
After I got all my equipment, I continued on the path. I didn't know what to expect. The first major hold was a place called Whiterun. It was a very decent place, and I expected to stay there for a few days. I asked some of the citizens where I could find the Jarl, who is the leader of the hold. They pointed me to a large palace on top of a hill, which they called Dragon's Reach. The Jarl first asked me to kill a dragon who was attacking Whiterun very recently and continues to attack them. Only if I slayed the dragon would he answer the rest of my plea. I then took his personal housecarl and 100 guards to take down the dragon, as I did not know what I was capable of at the time. As I slayed the dragon with my axe, the soul of the dragon was being absorbed by me. The guards whispered something about a dragonborn, and I did not know what they were talking about. The Jarl's housecarl led me back to the palace. The Jarl congratulated me and named me Thane of Whiterun. He also assigned a personal housecarl to me, named Lydia. She said she would serve me with her life, and I trusted her to do that. Then I purchased a house in Whiterun, which I affectionately called Bree's home. Lydia resided there most of her time. The Jarl then told me to travel to Ivarstead, a small village at the foot of High Hrothgar, the tallest mountain in Skyrim. I made my way over to the village, only to find the villagers talking about 1,000 steps to High Hrothgar, where I can find the Greybeards, who can teach me more about my shouting power. Eventually, I made it to the top of High Hrothgar, where the Greybeards dwell. I talked to one of them, who seemed to be the leader. The Greybeard leader told me that I was the Dragonborn, the mortal who was destined to destroy Alduin, the World Eater, who was the boss of the dragons. He told me that the only way to destroy him is to learn a shout called Dragon Rend, which is developed by the hatred of the Nords who fought him before. Mankind's comprehensive hatred for the dragons created Dragonborn, and it cripples dragons. The Greybeard leader told me that the answer lies in the Elder Scroll, which is hidden in the northern region of Skyrim. I set off on a long journey, and eventually I reached the Elder Scroll. I took it back to High Hrothgar. The Greybeards told me that their leader, Parthenax, is awaiting me. They told me that he was waiting at the summit of the mountain, called the Throat of the World. I made my way, only to find out that Parthenax is a dragon.
You have it. The Kell, the Elder Scroll. Tidkrech Kalos. Time shudders at its touch. There is no question. You are doom-driven. Kogan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal. Go then. Fulfill your destiny. To the time. Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored. But I honor your courage. Revolves Akrin. Die now in vain.
For Skyrim!
Glorious day, is it not?
Have you no thought beyond the blooding of your blade?
What else is there?
Battle below goes ill. If Alduin does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on this plan of yours, old man.
He will come. He cannot ignore our defiance. And why should he fear us, even now?
We blooded him well. 4 of his kin have fallen to my blade alone.
None have yet stood against Alduin himself. Balthor, Sori, Birka.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength. Which is why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Veldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. If you are not, I will not need it.
We will deal with Alduin ourselves. Here and now.
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
So be it.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
Worked. Did it.
gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
I learned the words of Dragonrend as they shouted at Alduin, and I now knew how to fight Alduin. Parthenax then said that I should go to Skyhaven Temple, where I can look at Alduin's wall and see the strategy of defeating Alduin. I made my way to the temple immediately.
Stand aside, citizen.
The wall was black, and there were many carvings of warriors, skeletons, fire, and dragons. Akatosh himself was there as well. I learned how to defeat Alduin. It was just to use Dragonrend at him, and to slice out his wings until he's helpless, then you stab him in the neck. After that, he disappears, and the world is saved. I was determined to do it, and his current location was in Sovngarde. However, I did not know how to go to Sovngarde. Parthenax told me that the right-hand man of Alduin, a red-colored dragon, was seen flying around Dragon's Reach. He also told me that Dragon's Reach was once used as a building that captured dragons. He told me to ask Jarl Balgroth for permission to use his palace to trap the dragon. The Jarl gladly agreed, because this would help Skyrim as a whole.
Steady now. Keep under cover until it's down.
Overkeen, here I am. Amativ, Mubokotin Stinselok.
The dragon then took me to a cave, where at the end would be Sovngarde. I trained hard for this moment, for the moment to kill Alduin. I slashed and stabbed, and did all I could to become a powerful warrior. I made my way to the portal, and I went to Sovngarde. Came to the end, where I see the three heroes getting ready to fight him. Sovngarde is in chaos as Alduin comes. 8 people had started fighting Alduin already. All of them were blown to smithereens by his flame. I knew I was the only one who could defeat him, along with the help of the 3 Nords. I calmly walked to him, and I pulled out my sword. This was my moment. This was my destiny. I am the Dragonborn. I slayed Alduin, and I made my way back to Whiterun, where a huge ceremony was taking place in my honor. Many months later, I come down from the bedroom of Bree's home, only to see Lydia making tea downstairs. She told me I had already skipped breakfast, and lunch was going to be ready soon. I felt like going for a walk, so I stepped outside, and she told me to be back before lunch. As I was exiting the hold, the border guard told me that I did a great job. I said a simple thank you and continued on. I traveled far, in fact. I didn't know if I could make it in time for lunch, but that didn't bother me. Dragons were still flying around. Some were peaceful and kind, and some were still hostile, though Alduin was dead. These hostile ones tend to bother me a lot, but it's no problem, as I'm a dragonborn and I have slayed their boss. I made my way to an icy cliff, only to turn around and see a huge shadow above me. I smiled wryly and I took out my sword. I knew this would be no problem. The thing about dragons is, they are very powerful and they can torment humans. Humans are terrified of them. Dragons are known to be the most fearless creatures in the history of Tamriel itself. The dragon blew fire at me, and I blocked it with my shield. I immediately knew it was a hostile one. However, it did not know who I was. They are fearless. However, there is one that they fear, and they will always fear for the rest of time. In their tongue, he is called the Dovahkiin. But we call him the Dragonborn.